Hello everyone, this is Darker Joe, and today I'm going to be doing my account review because I have not done. I've done it at the beginning, the end of the year, so I'm going to do my account review now. So there was some changes. There was a decent amount of changes, I think. Yeah. So this one, my old speed millum, I brought it back. So for anything, they saw those videos with millum. There it is. Same speed Euphine like I did before. No changes there. Straze, 260 speed, solid damage. My speed Lilibet. So this is actually one of the units I'm very proud of. I'm back to using 3 Lilibets, by the way, again. This is like because my old speed Lilibet I used to have like a while ago was like much slower, didn't have as much damage. I think this is actually solid damage because it actually has pen set with 259 speed. Even has the 1000 defense, 10k health with solid attack. So just waiting for her to get, eventually she'll get buff again and I can start really using her again. My Bruiser Millum, which is a bit harder to pull off now, but I do pull her off every once in a while. It feels so good actually when you can use her. Sermia I have not touched in a while, but she's still very solid. My DPS Lilibet, which is a Lilibet I normally use in Guild Wars. If I'm using a Lilibet in Guild Wars, it's probably this one, usually. The Speed and Bruiser Lilibets, I would generally use those in RTA. But occasionally I'll use the DPS one. Aiden, again, I don't use her. So, I recently built up Ludwig. I haven't really used them yet, but I think it's just a pretty solid build. Not the worst speed. I mean, not really fast, but decent crit damage, really high attack. Not even that bad bulk considering it's Torrent set. So if I ever do want to decide to go Cleave or just use Ludwig in general, that's who I'll use. Temper Cern, I haven't changed Temper Cern in a while, but she's still pretty solid, I think. Bihu, very high effectiveness. Does this increase effectiveness? It does not. Yeah, very high effectiveness. Pretty good speed. Good bulk with some attack. I can actually obviously get more Behooves be nice too, because then I'll be able to raise this above 200%. Wanda, I'll pull her out every once in a while. She's pretty solid. I want to make her faster at some point without dropping her stats. I mean, I guess I could go for 85 effectiveness. That'd probably be fine at 85. Crit chance because you're probably going to use her mostly into Aidens anyways, but then again I might use her against Rylet too, so might be needed to have 100%. C Pavel, which I'd never use anyways, but I have him built. Arrowell, I don't use Arrowell obviously. You just see most of my matches I generally stick with like LRK or Rose or Yulha every once in a while. Bamanakana, kind of PvE in a way. I just tossed this on it because I needed an artifact for her. Really just use it for expos, honestly. Clarissa, I did have that match I used Clarissa in. Very solid attack, really high attack, really good speed, high crit damage. Not good speed, but really good attack and crit damage. I mean, not the worst speed, but get pushed up by Rose, you're probably enough to cut. Zahak, I haven't changed him. He's still the same. Bruiser Lilibet, again, just kind of waiting for her to get a buff, or I can start using her. And here's one of the new units that I recently built up, Momo, which you've probably seen her a decent amount in some of my recent matches, and I use her. I also have a lot more videos that I've used her with. I love this Momo. This Momo is very good. It's super fast, so they don't expect it. With this, it cuts and stuff. High ER, pretty good bulk too, considering her speed. Considering how fast she is, like 19 speed, 19 speed, 19 speed, 20 speed. There's actually only 12, but I needed the extra bulk, so I dealt the 12. So yeah, very. I love this Momo. This is a very solid build, very underrated build on her. Bruiser Sigrid, pretty solid, I think. Very good bulk, very good attack, decent crit damage with pen set. Not the best speed though, but I don't even have her triple S either, so. And then with prayer beats too, so My Briar Witch has not changed at all. But this is my Briar Witch. I don't really use her much, but you know, I have her on Misha, so. But I still have not maxed out her S2 yet. So she doesn't have a 100% hit chance, so. She still can miss Aiden, and you know what? She does a lot of times still. So I do want to give her max her S2 out at least soon. Dollmaker Pro Horizon. Decent bulk, good effectiveness. Okay effectiveness. Decent speed. But I'm Immunity set. Jacko, I don't use her, but you know, Rage set, Pen set. Very decent bulk for her, especially when she still has really high damage. Bruiser Gaither, again, same thing that I had same build I had in the past, so no real changes for that. Inos isn't really built. I'm just tossed gear on her because I'm using her in in Ancient Inheritance right now, so I just toss gear on her so I can use her. Senya's kind of just expo at this point. I mean, she's got solid health, good defense, okay defense. She's just the no ER build with some effectiveness. But I really just use her for expos. Celestial Mercedes, I mostly just use for automation tower, but I do pull her out every once in a while to in RTA if I really feel like I can. And she does solid damage. My new Carbon Rose, really good bulk for her, decent crit damage. Really bad, really slow though. But the attack is kind of low. I don't know what artifact to give her. I kind of want to give her a Chatty at some point, but I'm using my current Chatty. If I farm for a second Chatty, I'll probably give her it. But yeah. Urban Shadow Shoe. I still have to max. I still have to get one more copy of this though. But solid speed, good speed, good crit damage. Like, I love it. I love playing with ML Shoe is so good. Troublebanker Crozet, 210 speed with 160 ER. Not the best in bulk, but he does have Bastion, so it helps out with it because now he gets the barrier too. So very good. I haven't used him much. I still need to get this as well, actually. But yeah. Benimaru, kind of a Guild War unit at this point. I mean, he's got pretty solid. He's got okay bulk, so he doesn't die to counters and stuff. He's got okay attack and pen set, so he does a lot of damage. I'll pull him out every once in a while on RTA, but I kind of just sometimes use him in Guild Wars. Solitaria. I have the ER. I have the little bit of effectiveness, but high ER build on Solitaria with some decent speed and some bulk with Crown. That's just the way I like to play her. Annoying and some ER, so you know she can resist some DPS debuffs and stuff. Yoha, I really like this Yoha. 28k HP, which again is you kind of want her at 30k HP, but you know 28k HP with 1500 defense and 150 ER. That's kind of hard to pull off, so I'm happy about this. Dilibet, probably one of my favorite build units, and it sucks that she's kind of falling off now thanks to Elvira basically gutting her. But I think this is a very, very good Dilibet build. I don't really need that. I have max crit rate already, but you know, almost 280 crit damage, good speed for destruction for destruction set, really good defense, really, really good health with a plus 30 Draco. Rose, as you know, anyone who's been watching my videos know that I use Rose a lot. 260 speed, some good bulk with Arius. Very, very, very underrated unit. I love using her in my matches in RTA. Power Captain Flan, 215 speed, 180 effectiveness. So this one give you I need to get one more of this as well actually. But solid bulk with her, good attack, some attack too, so that her bombs actually hurt a bit. Her speed's not the best though. I think that's the only thing I really need to change on her. If I get her a little bit faster, like 230-ish, with still keeping the same stats, that'd be fine. LRK, just under 25k HP, 1600 defense, and like about 145 ER, so it's got some ER, he can resist some debuffs off of like non-debuffing units. Not the fastest, but 213 speed I think is okay. Cirilla is the one that I played around with a bit. 71% effectiveness, which, well, actually more. I'm like 130 effectiveness because of this. She's kind of just there just to be annoying. Use S3, which is like strips. It doesn't strip anymore. That's right. Well, it just decreases defense and then hits 2 burns. And if you land the vampiric touch on here, it's just like a debuffing with some damage in it too. Lionheart Sturmio, I'm starting to use her a lot, which I hate the fact I'm using her a lot because she's kind of a super heavy meta unit right now. But like she's just destroys people with this. 16k HP, 2000 defense, 190 speed with 282 crit damage on Gona Rose. So really good, really solid build for her. LQC, same build I had in the past. You know, obviously Hellcutter. I went with a bit more on the bit faster build because I know a lot of people have their like LQCs like tankier with like 140, 150 speed. Mine's at 170 speed with good attack and pen set, and like just a little, just enough bulk to not get completely destroyed easily, but obviously she could still die to stuff like a Riley could probably still not one shot her, but Riley could almost kill her in one hit. I think maybe a Stenny S2, S1, S3 maybe, but if I'm using her with Rose, I think I'll be fine because then Rose will push her above everyone else on their team. So Helga, kind of a support build. I tried to use her a few times in RTA and did not work. You would think that she would work though, especially if you give her like music box, solid speed, pretty good bulk, high effectiveness, gives a speed imprint to your team. S3 gives you attack buff and effectiveness to your team. Like you would think, and then her S1 and S2 are both death breaks. You would think, hey, this should be a solid unit. I think it's just not offering enough. I think she needs a buff if you want to try to use her in RTA. I mean, that's obviously though, but like, I think she's so close to being usable in RTA. Honestly, I think she needs like maybe 1 or 2 small utility buffs, and I think she could actually be a good RTA unit. Until then, she's just an amazing PvE unit. So, which is fine enough. Her being useful in PvE is perfectly fine. I think I had a match like a few months ago that I used with her. 180 ER, some bulk, and then some little bit off of the attack. It's a weird build. It was like very low damage, but it was fun because she actually popped off in that match though. I wish she was better. I really wish she was better. This is actually not a bad build for... Maybe this might work in Expo. Solid ER2. Well, one of the Expos, Light Expo I think it was? The one that likes to reset you and like debuff you and stuff. This might be good. I actually should try her. I don't really use her. Abigail, Durandal, solid defense, okay health, good speed, good crit damage, so... I actually don't use her much. I really should though. She's a lot of fun unit. Gazelle, Bruiser Gazelle, again, same as I used to. Even at 163 speed, it's fine because she gets 50% additional CR push. So it's like, my Rose's 25% CR push will be like 37, almost 38%, which might be enough to cut. So solid defensive stats. So she ain't gonna die. She probably will survive a hit or two with good damage. Not the best damage though, but eventually I can get her that too. Ross, I think Ross is mostly a PvE right now. I never use him in PvE, in RTA. I think he would be fun to rebuild though and use for RTA though. I don't use AOL, so I just tossed on gear for her. Mainly just to try to see if I can bait out a ban. But like, yeah, I don't use her. Mercedes, I pull out very, very, very rarely. I think I pulled her out one time in RTA last season, and I think she got banned that time. No, I think I used her twice. I remember using her once, and she didn't really do much. This is like a bruiser build in a way, too, so... Howdy Euphine, I use all the time. I use her a lot. Like, do you try to smack me with Rand? I'm going to smack you with Howdy Euphine. Very, very... I love this build. Ocean Bridge Luluka, I did kind of nerf her down a bit to help my Momo, but solid defensive stats, okay speed because she's going to cut anyways. Her ER is not good though, because like 220 right now. eventually I want to get her back some ER and stuff. I didn't have her that crazy ER anyway, so kind of a bruiser closer right here, in a way. Decent bulk for Bruce closer Charles. Decent at damage too. Not the highest, like, not the max crit rate though. But I mean, eventually I'll get some Charles imprints for him, or just rely on his built-in passive that he gives him like 15% crit damage and crit rate, I think. So Vildred, Bruiser Vildred. I had him on Selene Artifact for a bit. I think I might have used him a few times with the Selene Artifact, but I swapped it back to Selene. So, but yeah, pretty good bulk. No one expects how much bruiser, how tanky he is. So because of that, he lives a lot longer. I just tossed this on him. It's like, hey, his AoE gives him some damage, and if he does kill a unit, he CR pushes. So Arunka is on a lifesteal, 180 speed. I really like Arunka, to the point I just gave her the tooth. I'm like, you know what? I'll just deal with Hoyoung not be on tooth. I think Arunka is just so good. Such a fun unit. And lifesteal is so fun. You just heal so much off the S1, especially when you silver an S1, so you get double hits and you get to heal off the S2 off the passive proc plus lifesteal. Obviously, you're not gonna heal a lot though, but you know it's there. Rimuru, kind of a bruiser build, some decent bulk, some attack, some crit damage. Not the fastest speed though, but on portrait, so really just there just to mainly deal with Karina, and he does that job pretty well because he does a lot of damage on his S3 before the 10,000 proc. He doesn't even have max imprint, he doesn't even have I-90 gear, all I-90 gear yet either. Moon Bunny, 256 speed, 256 ER, 252 speed with some bulk, not really a lot of bulk though. So she can get like destroyed pretty quickly. That's why she's nervous. She's like, oh no, I might get one tapped. But you know, with this speed, with this ER, she's resisting a lot, and then obviously with Doctor's Bag and too. So then DDR, 230 speed, some effectiveness. Really good bulk with Water's Origin. I don't use him much, but you know he's there. And then here's the fun one, my Laya. Really good defense, really good health. She comes in with like 31,500 health. I think I always thought 230 to 240, or basically 230 to 250. I think is what I personally like the speed of her. Like I don't like to be faster than 250 on her, because I want to make sure that she is like going after all their debuffers. Like she's tanky. She's not gonna die in one hit outside of like stuff like, you know, Straze or Galilius. Sure, those two I can see, but outside of those two specific units, or Hoyoung. Outside of those three specific units, I don't see her dying in one hit. She's going to survive till her turn. And then with this, just cleanse off any silences or silences, sleeps, or, you know, stuns, so that she will guarantee get her S2 off. I almost have triple S. I'm going to see if I can pull for one more copy before she leaves. Plus 30. So, really, really, really fun unit. I've been using her in Guild Wars and Arena just to test her out, because I haven't did my RTA matches yet for this season, which I'm going to say right now. I was planning to wait until the beginning of March. Like, I was going to wait until March happens and then do my RTA season. That's usually because I usually skip the first month. I might do it a little bit quicker because I do want to just use her. I think she's been so fun to use and might make RTA actually fun again. So I might do it a week sooner or so. I might do it around like maybe February 20th or something, maybe around there type of thing, like the week before February ends. Maybe I'll do my matches. Like right now it's what, the 9th? Yeah, it's the 9th today. I'll probably upload this today on the 9th, and then so I'll probably, maybe in like 2 more weeks I might start my RTA season. Until then I have a lot of other RTA, I still have a lot of my preseason matches I saved. So I will have, even if I do decide to, you know, wait until the March to start doing my RTA season, I have a lot of saved replays that I can use. So, but anyways, I love this character. She's so fun. She's up there as one of my favorite units now. So, Luna, I think a really solid Luna. Good, not the best. I mean, for a counter set, this is pretty decent speed. good crit, good defense and really good health. Okay attack. So it's just there to just be tanky and counter and stuff. Hand guy, the unit I keep nerfing almost every time I want to build another unit, pretty much. Honestly, you just need him like 230 to a 250 speed with as much bulk as you can get, and you're fine. You don't need that much on him. And plus, I don't even use him much anymore, so. Vivian, 180 speed, solid, really, really, really good bulk. This is a bruiser Vivian, so with some decent crit damage on lifesteal and chatty. So she actually survives a few turns, even if they have Solitaria, where she doesn't have her passive, because the amount of bulk she has plus chatty, she survives a lot. So Karina. My same old Karina, 20k HP, 2,800 defense with 202 speed. Some effectiveness, not a maxed out Rockin' Gauntlet though. Elena, good bulk, okay speed, 242 speed, ER. Since the speed's not insanely high, I went for this and to make sure that she cuts everyone. So I don't really use her much, but I'll pull her out against sometimes on random cleaves. Brig. 1700 defense, 29.5k HP roughly. Some effectiveness, not the best speed, but it's also on counter set with Arius. Very solid. I really like playing. I play him every once in a while when I can, but usually I'll pick Rose or Yuleha or LRK for my 3 knights. But he's my like 4th option now. I might randomly throw. I generally would pick Brig over Arrowwell, honestly, because I just don't like Arrowwell. Akadi is the same one I had. 262 ER because of this, so really high ER, some okay speed, good bulk. She's there if you're facing a lot of debuffs and you need an extra form of cleanse plus sustain. But I haven't really used her much in RTA. I'll use her every once in a while in Guild Wars, but Riza, I really like this Riza. This Riza build's really fun. A little risky though because it's not 100% crit rate, but I mean, really good crit damage. Really good bulk with some speed and a lot, and some attack. I mean, it's hard to get her high attack because she's like Bologna stats, I think, so she has like 1,000 base attack, so it's really hard to get her high attack, especially if you're going bruiser. But she is there for the utility. She basically makes it the unit in the front is not going to die in a one hit from a single target ability. So honestly, I could use her with LRK. That way LRK doesn't get destroyed by Galileulius. So I haven't did that though, but I should though. Charles, good health, good defense, good crit damage. It's actually on destruction set, not counter though. But they don't know it until they find out. And, they won't know it's not on counter set. But yeah, I think this build's pretty good. The speed's kind of slow though, especially not being on counter. And if you kill everyone else before him, he's useless. But SSB, I have on a pretty good bulk, some attack, not the best, really high crit damage though, and with Bloodstone, so bit of sustain type of thing. I really like this build. I pull her out every once in a while. She's fun. She's still very strong. Just make sure you don't pick her early, obviously. But Rylet, I should say. I don't use him much anymore. That much. I never really use him that much, anyways. But like, I have like decent bulk on him for Rylet. Okay, pretty good. Okay attack. Okay crit damage. The speed's kind of slow though, but yeah. Lulica, it's kind of a PvE build. But yeah, she's a PvE build. I don't use her in RTA right now. Sharoon, decent effectiveness, decent speed, good bulk. I don't really use her much, but she's there. Zio, okay, so my Bruiser Zio, so not the greatest attack though, but it still has very, very, very good bulk. This is like very tanky Zio, because when you add in his passive, obviously 252 speed, he can risk not cutting units though, and no effectiveness though. Also, I don't have his S3 and his S1 max, so I gotta do that eventually. So if you saw my matches, you saw my damage of Zio. It's like this pretty fair amount of damage. I'm still, well, actually this doesn't not, okay, never mind, this doesn't increase damage, just increases the CR pushback. But this one, yeah, I'm still missing 20% damage from this. So yeah. And then we got I'm still working on this. I have a Bruiser ML Ludwig, so not the greatest attack, but pretty good bulk, some speed because you're gonna get pushed up every time someone soul burns anyways. Really good crit damage on a pen set. He's just there to surprise people with the amount of bulk, and he just helps out with the team's damage. He is not cleaving you, but they don't know how tanky he is until they find out. As you'll notice, a lot of my like cleave units I will I will pick or I would build, they're all bruisers. Like right here, Specimen says I have him on a bruiser build. High, you know, he's got the double edge crescent. Not the best speed though, but look at his bulk. This plus evasion. He even survives. He even survives as a hawk. Like so, I fought like a few Sahawks before, and they couldn't. Thanks to Arius, they couldn't one shot him. So yeah, and I mean the attack may be low though, but if you stun something, you're gonna kill them anyways, no matter what. Unless it's not like as long as it's not like a Proof of Valor, like a Robbie behind an Arius, then sure I'm not gonna kill that. But if you're stunned, even through Arius, and I have attack buff, you're dying. Fire Robbie, who I recently built up, actually really like this build on her. Not the best speed though, but she does have immunity, counter set. Really good health, really good defense, which I can eventually get more defense. Not the best attack, but honestly, with Ravi, the way how much she stacks attack, this is still really good. Plus Sigurd Scythe, so. As you notice, I have a lot of Sigurd Scythe. I have a lot of Warrior Artifact. I have a lot of Draco Plates. I have a lot of Merciless Gluttons. Like, if it's a Warrior Artifact, I'm trying to spam the hell out of it because I pretty much mostly use Warriors. Katie Clarissa is a Ancient Inheritance ability right now. I just toss gear on her just to have gear, not really caring about it. So this is not for anything besides her Ancient Inheritance right now. I'm using Dark as one of my elements. Leafy, I do need to. Well, I have no imprints on this. No, yeah. But like Leafy, I do need to get that more health. The speed's pretty good, especially because I'm gonna get 4 more speed off of the Awakening because I still have not awakened you fully yet, and I think effectiveness is the other one, so I'm gonna get more effectiveness and more speed. So if I can just get this more health up, like 25k before counting this, then I think it'd be pretty solid. I don't use her right now because I want to kind of make her better before I do, but do I at least have? Which I don't. This does not matter for. Yeah, this does not matter for the tentacle damage. I don't think. All right. Again, this is just random gear I tossed on her for Ancient Inheritance. E10, 36.4k HP, 1500 defense with Adamant. So he's just and on protection set too. So he's just there to be a big beefy shield for the team. Yeah. May Chloe, I actually just used for Expo. I just tossed gear on her. Lilius, the anti-Lua counter before Laia came out. I still use her every once in a while. Pretty good speed, really good health, okay defense, really good crit damage, so with some effectiveness too. I really like this build. I may occasionally pull her out in RTA. 30 minutes. I think I'm like halfway through my units anyways. So yeah, really solid. I really like the Fire Lilius. ER Kairon, 3500 attack with 285 crit damage. Pretty solid actually. Not the best. I actually have, Dust Devil too, because why not? 175 ER. So, yeah, like I said, ER, pretty good. Oh, here's the fun one. Celine, my Bruiser Celine. Almost base speed, though, which is one thing. But, I mean, if you're activating a non-attack skill and you're pushing up a passive plus this, you're still going to get your turn soon. Plus, I use stuff like Rose usually a lot, so... Really low attack though, but really solid crit damage on pen set. Very tanky. You are not killing this thing quickly. I really like this build actually. Very solid. She's so much fun to use on this on this really heavy tank build. Winter 270 speed with some effectiveness. Stun bot basically with this because I'm using my Celine artifact. I like this. I like her. I don't use her much though, but occasionally I should. It's just great. I guess I could grab that eventually. Get it. Put a memory shard on her. I am working on this actually. I want to work up another Arius, and then I'll have another Arius holder here. I think it's whatever. Honestly, he's just there. He'll have good health, pretty good defense actually. So kind of a tanky semi off damage. Like I don't know, it's weird because like I don't have 100% crit rate or damage really, but it's really tanky with some good speed. Just there to give you the 20 souls off her passive plus this, and stops counters and stuff. I just made her tanky so that she doesn't die quickly and make her whole anti counter useless. Because you go damage Elena, you just risk just getting popped. Valencia, really good defense, pretty okay health, good okay speed for injury set at the injury pen. I still get the 100% crit rate because of this, obviously, and then 279 crit damage on pen set. Really solid. I love playing Valencia. I just wish she was a little bit better. Actually, she might be better now that Laya is going to be meta now. I think basically injury units are going to be strong. Like I think Death Dealer Ray and MLSU are already very, very strong. But I think Alencia might come back because of Laya. Because if you just get one good S1, S2 combo into Laya, especially if you Death Break her, you basically just cut down her damage completely. So I think she's going to actually be pretty strong into Laya. Destina, okay speed, really pretty good defense, bulk. It's what, 60% I think? I don't know what they showed here. What is 60% increase on her passive, so 240 ER, not the best, but I'm not using an ER artifact. If I do put one on her, it'll be like 250, 260, so I could do that at some point. Look, I have a Draco plate wasted on Fire Ken, but you know what? Fire Ken's actually kind of fun. I would use him sometimes. Really good defense, actually pretty good health for counter health set. With this, he gets what, 27 crit damage, so he's at 241 crit damage basically. So actually not the worst crit damage on counter set. I pull him out every once in a while. I think he's fun. He's actually, I think he is also maybe one or two also like small utility changes, and he might be pretty good in RTA. The thing is, it's always holding him back. Same with Ilanov. Ilanov and Ken are always going to be held back in RTA due to the fact that they're fire units, though. So they need to be extra good to be viable because they're fire units. Like even Abigail. Abigail's really solid. She's a solid unit. She hasn't played that much because she's kind of, I don't know if it's mainly because she's fire, but like Abigail's a really solid unit. But even she's kind of struggling because she's a fire unit. There's not many. There's like when you look at all the meta fire units, it's like maybe Knuckle is the only like viable fire unit you really see. I mean Charlotte you see sometimes, yeah, but there's a few here and there, but there's definitely nowhere near the amount of fire unit as there are like Earth and Ice. Lena, that's just for fun. This is mainly what I use in mock. This is what a unit I would use in mocks or something like that, or just messing around or preseason. I probably won't use it in the RTA season, but it's fun. Also, I'm not going to use her because I don't actually have her maxed out yet. So, Light Acades, I still need to work on getting this up to. So solid ER is what, 257? 257 ER, not the worst. Okay bulk, good speed. Okay speed for her, I should say. Biblis, I actually haven't used her since I got her. I just put her on this build. Very solid defense, pretty good health, good okay speed, good okay effectiveness, and I have her on Sasha's. So I need to actually. I don't think I want to upgrade this. Nah, not really. I just tossed that on here. I think the other pieces might be decent, but Blue Shoe, I don't really use Blue Shoe, but not the worst. Good crit damage. Yeah, whatever. I don't use Blue Shoe. Charlotte, I do want to switch her to a lifesteal set at some point. I think I need to work on a lifesteal set. I still think this is the best artifact for her, actually, because it's giving you a hit chance. Because a lot of people put her on, like, what, symbol type of... A lot of people used to put her on symbol. It's like, it's a waste of symbol on her. Just put her on Broken Will, and then... Because then you get that hit chance, and then you get pen set on top of it. So your S1 pens. So it's pretty nice. I just need to give her a better build. Lifesteal immunity probably, if I can, at some point. A Robbie, alright, that's another Draco plate. Same Robbie I've had for like 2 years basically. I haven't changed her at all, like at all. But I use her. I pull her out in RTA sometimes, but I use her in Guild Wars a lot though. Bellion, not the best health, some okay speed, good, pretty decent crit damage, good defense, and then I have her on Hoisak. Because they would think, because when I pick Bellion, they're like, oh, I'll just pick Rowana or I'll pick Lionheart Surmi. It's like, well, I'm not on counter set and I'm not on Elbrus, so I mean, sure, I could use the S2, the S2 my proc on her turn, but I'm not procking your Rowana heals or your LHC. AU Fiend, I always prefer her on Elbrus. So Elbrus, really good defense and health, good crit damage, lifesteal obviously. I'll pull her up every once in a while. Honestly, I love using her though. It's just like, she's so meta. I don't want to use her a lot of times. I did kind of nerf down my Gala Lilius. Good crit damage, like really good crit damage, pretty okay attack. Not the best speed. I need to work on her a bit more though. Bruiser Sedom, really pretty good crit damage. Not the best speed though, but really bulky, especially for her. Yeah, honestly, she's going to push it up anyways whenever you crit, so that's the point of her. So I really like using her. I need to use her more, though. ML Sharoon, really good effectiveness because I get another 30, so that's 160 effectiveness. Pretty good health and defense on a counter set. She's so fun to use. I'll use her a lot, as you probably noticed. Here's another fun unit I just recently built, actually today. I finished her today. I actually farmed Golem for her. So, yeah. Okay defense, really high health, so about 25k HP. Not the best speed, but I want her to go after my team so that I can decide who I want to reset. Ideally, I should have made her faster than Laya and then use her with Laya as the combo, but I'll make her slower, make her on protection set, give more utility to the team. So she starts off giving everyone like a 3,000 barrier so that, hey, if I have immunity, I can also use that as a way to, avoid Lua. But 25k gives you 3k barrier, and then when she S2s, she gives in a team again a 4k barrier. So she gets so much barriers and utility to the team. Plus, with some decent effectiveness, has a good chance to strip in Death Break. So I'm gonna start using her a decent amount this RTA season probably. Leia, pretty good bulk, 293 speed on Guiding Light, okay effectiveness. If I could figure out more units to use with her, I will use her more for sure. I think it's the fact that I don't know what draft to use her with, because obviously you have to use one fire unit, one earth unit, one fire unit, one ice unit, one light unit, one dark unit with her. You cannot have two of the same elements. I mean, you could draft two of the same elements and then pray they ban one of your double elements, but if they know what Leia does, they won't. Wrecker and Roar, mainly there for automation tower, kind of. Eventually she'll get a specialty change to be useful. Edward, same build I had, destruction pen set, high crit damage, pretty solid. I still have her on the lifesteal bruiser build. I'm gonna try to speed through some of these now. Melanie on Stunbot, it's okay. Bologna on a high attack with drink. So, because, honestly, she actually works pretty well with it, though. Because you S3, it, drink with proc. You S2 the next turn, drink proc. You S1, and then it automatically activates S3 after that, and you drink proc. So you get you will get 3 drink procs, you'll get a drink proc every turn. Every one of her turns. And then maybe your 4th turn you won't have it, but I don't know. What's the cooldown on the S2? 3 turns, and this is 5 turns. Ooh, okay. Kawazu, occasionally I'll use him. He's pretty solid. Kane I don't really use Kane. He's just there. I mean, he's kind of got a decent build. I just don't have him upgraded. Lots, very, very tanky. Okay speed, just there to help supply the CR push and stuff for the team, and the amount of sustain he gives the team is huge. He is honestly very, very good at sustain. I recently also rebuilt him a few days ago, so I'm probably going to use him a lot more in an RTA season as well. Angelica, the same thing. Idol's Cheer, counter set with that CR push when you attack with the S1. I should probably get this, but 3 more speed wouldn't be that crazy on her. But really tanky. She's fun into AoE units. Degen Politis, decent effectiveness. Okay, well, not really the best speed. Good health and defense on her though with an Abyssal, so with some attack too. So she actually does okay damage. Violet, pretty good bulk, not the best attack, but you know he does enough. He's pretty bulky, so he won't die in one hit usually. I mean he'll still die to stuff like Millum or Zahak. So that's why it's hard. That's why I only pull him on like last resort time thing. I'm also working on looks like a full HP. That's right. It was a full HP Oxlots on. That's right. I did not use the other one. I think I still have the Spirit's Breath in my waiting room, so I can use that and get a plus 30 Spirit's Breath at some point. I have him on just I'm gonna have him on Spirit's Breath since that nerf did not happen. Thank God. He can just go okay speed, but like he's not there to speed contest you. He's just there to constantly push up a unit with bulk. So SBA 100 effectiveness, okay speed on a counter set with pretty good bulk on F10 artifact. Very fun to use, especially if you're using a lot of other AoE units. So yeah, Huoyang. So not the best attack though. In fact, really low attack for her. Okay speed on a counter set. Really good bulk on El's Fist, so pretty much she's not one-shotting you with the S3. It's just the fact that she's just going to be really, really annoying to fight throughout the match because you get her low health. She gets a huge amount of attack and speed boost, so then she can kill you later on. So she's kind of like a frenzy fighter. Like she fights you in high frenzy, but she will survive until frenzy. Outside of some units that would easily deal with her. ML Bologna, same ML Bologna I've been using. Pretty good attack, okay crit damage, okay speed, pretty good bulk with Pen Set and Lifesteal on Sacred Scythe. I like Lifesteal and Sacred Scythe. That combo is so strong. You go from like no health to full health so quickly. So that's why, and there's some matches I actually won because of that. I'm like, if I was just Sacred Scythe with like, let's say Destruction Set or something, I would not have sustained enough. Honestly, this is a really, really good build for Peacemaker Furious. Like, honestly, this is definitely his best in slot artifact. Like, really okay crit damage, really good health and defense for him, and okay speed on immunity set. This is a really, really good build for him if he wasn't so trash. Eventually, he'll get buffed, and then he can use him. Until then, I pull him sometimes out in mock battles and stuff. He has potential. But not. He's like maybe he needs a bit more buffs. Like he never got buffed before. He needs a buff. Then he could be potentially good. So this is my MLK run. Okay, well actually this yeah. So about 180-ish ER. Not the best, but it's just there for the extra damage. Same with the attack. It's just there to be as bulky as you can with 180 ER type of thing. I like him. He's just hard to use. Because, MLK runs kind of, Rem, I didn't have any more Sacred Scythe left, so I just gave her Golden Rose for now. But yeah, pretty solid, really, pretty decent, a decent attack, really, really good defense and health, like really good on, good crit damage. So eventually, I want to give her Sacred Scythe, and I'll give Golden Rose to someone else. Yuna, 258 speed counter set, which is a lot of surprising. This is just there for the her S1 to do some decent damage when it's on her turn. I know this does not work on counter sets, so yeah, this is just so her turn 2 will have a bit more use. But pretty good bulk, 258 speed on a counter set. So she's just there like if you use something like an AoE unit and then she counters you and she pushes herself and the team up high. That's pretty much the idea is. I didn't give her any more Outbursts. I didn't have any more Outbursts. I think the next Outburst I get I would give to her because I prefer my fun off-meta units more than meta units like this. So eventually, I'll give her an Outburst the next one I get, but I don't use her anyway. So, because screw this unit. ML pretty decent ER, Sacred Scythe. Okay, not the best bulk, but pretty good at crit damage and stuff. Really, really solid. At least in my opinion, it's solid. I could use more bulk though. That's the only thing I want to do eventually. And I do want to get obviously 9% more ER from this. That put him at 173. So Tama's on a kind of patrol build on counter set with Butterfly Mandolin. If Butterfly Mandolin procs one time and then she gets double turns, that basically means that she cuts her S3 cooldown by half before her turn ends. Like, it's pretty huge. But again, it depends on getting this 8% proccing. Ilanov, pretty good health actually. Well, considering that she's no speed, that's not really great health. But you know, counter immunity, good defense though. I need one or two more Elbers. I need one more imprint to get this up to max though. Mort, just under 23k HP, 1300 defense, 272 crit damage on injury set actually too. So he's just gonna stack up injuries because I mean he comes in with built-in counter already in his passive, so he has counter plus Elbers, and then he's on injury. So my Super Troll Stene, the same I had last time. Really high defense, really high bulk, low damage, but not unusable damage. Like she does okay damage with Unity set plus Tenebria artifact. The fact that if she wasn't base speed, if I can get all of this with like even 150 speed, I think she would be actually pretty decent. And not Super Troll. But right now, because of this, she's Super Troll, which is funny though. Rowana, I mostly just, I just toss stuff on her. And you're not fully built. I took yours. He had a Golden Rose, and I took his Golden Rose. So I need to give him so next Golden Rose I get, I'll give to him. And then I could be able to use him. I mean, I guess Draco Plate wouldn't be terrible either. I have Lifesteal on Saturn too. I do kind of want to rebuild Rima actually. Now that we're doing a side story with her, it's like I kind of want to use Rima, but I'm not using any other units that are here though. I do kind of want to build up Dark Corvus though. I do want to try Dark Corvus now that I got Iceria built and stuff. And I'm using Laya. Ooh. But yeah, that's pretty much all the units that I have here. Yeah, I'm not using Asilius. There's so many meta units. Everyone's looking at like, why aren't you using this unit? I prefer to have fun. Yes, not even Lua. I have another Alencia just sitting. Oh, another double S Alencia just sitting here. If we ever get an ML Alencia or just a limited Alencia at some point, I'm pretty much set. I have I'll have a triple S version the second they come out. Same with Senya actually. I'm getting close to. I'm getting up there on Senya's, which is good because we're gonna get ML Senya soon. Plus we're gonna probably. I don't know if the young Senya is gonna count for imprints with this, but you know, if she does, I can either choose which one I get. Anyways, that was my account review. Or at least, you know, my gears and stuff like that. You see, I'm 99 summons away now to get her triple S. And if you're wondering about this too, I'm only missing 7 units too. Why do I have so much Alencias? Like, well, I don't know. The game just wants to give me Alencias. Just wants to give me Alencias. Even Lilibets. Okay, as I said, I have 3 triple S Lilibets plus a double S Dilibet. But I mean, I actively went to try to summon for her though. Alencia, I summoned one. You know, her first banner, and I got like maybe an S rank on her on her first banner. And then all the other 17 Alencias I've got throughout, you know, the years was all through like free summons or free 5-star tickets or element summons. It's like, dude, give me someone else, not her. Even Euphine I'll take because I kind of want to work on a Berger Euphine at some point. Who was it? Wasn't it Judge Kise? It was the highest amount of... No, I think it was Stene. Stene is the one I think the highest amount of MLs I've gotten. Yeah, 4. Or maybe it was Arby. Yeah, Arby. Look at that, 5 Arby's. That's what you get when you're been playing this game for like 5 years. The only units I'm missing. Oh no. Oh, I guess I'll help if I do that. These are the only units I'm missing. I haven't finished the episode 5 yet, so I'm missing that. I didn't bother doing the side story for this, so. And then I'm missing just ML Rwana, which eventually I'll get from coins. And then just just 4 more special changes, which I was lazy to do. I think I could start this at any time. I think I did the side story, so this is just 5 special changes I need to do at some point. Finish the story and then eventually get her. Then I'll have everyone, even Kiz in the Eye. Anyways, that was a long enough thing. 50 minutes, I guess, for considering I was going through a lot of units and stuff. But yeah, so like I said before, I will do my RTA matches sometime, probably like in 2 weeks or so, maybe two to 3 weeks from now. I'll try to upload other non replays and stuff. Like I'll try not to just do RTA matches for like the replays and stuff. But like I said before, I think I still have like maybe 10 or 11 RTA replays from the preseason, the last like 2 weeks of preseason I recorded. So I'll use that throughout the next 2 weeks and stuff, and I'll try to upload other stuff. Like if people want, I could do like tier lists and stuff, even the fun stuff, fun tier lists and stuff like I used to do. I'll start doing Guild Wars and stuff. I'll try to do a Guild War. I'll try to record my next Guild War on Monday, because I did mine today already. So I'll try to record my next Guild War on Monday, and I'll probably upload that on maybe Tuesday if I remember. I'll probably do a lot of recording on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because I'll be off those 3 days from work. So if you have any ideas what you guys want me to do, what topic you want me to talk about, what a topic could be anything. It could be anything like balance. It could be anything like what do I think the game needs? What I think, what buffs do I think? What do I feel nerfs are necessary? And if it is, who should get nerfed type of thing. You also can ask me if you guys want me to talk about a certain unit, no matter who it is, even if it's someone I might not currently have built that you saw there. I probably use them at some point. Because, I probably used... Well, obviously, if I don't have them, I can't use them. So if you want me to talk about, like, ML Rwana, all I do is talk about that on experience fighting it and watching people play it. But, like, I probably used pretty much every one of these units, though, at some point. Maybe not Kane, because I don't really do PvE that much, and I haven't really used them in PvP. But, like, I've used all of these, I've used all of these at some points in RTA or PvP base. I've used all of these, even Kana, Elagos, all this. Like I think the only ones that I have. Let's see. I'm trying to. Okay, Balance Design. I don't think I ever really used in PvP. So that one, honestly, it's a PvE unit only, anyways. But like I've used all these before in PvP. I definitely use Chloe. I used to be in season 1. I used to be the one of the Chloe users. In season 1, I did not really use Teo. Teo's one I haven't really used, but before, like in PvP, or Avira actually. Never had a Avira built, so I actually never used Ran, but no one really wants information on Ran. At this point, everyone has already used Ran, Flan, or Lua. I never really used Lua, but I've used all these before. Never really used Aria though, but I've used these 3. I haven't really used Famir. I've used Xeno a little bit actually too, but I've used everyone else here before. I definitely used a little bit, obviously. I've used all of them. So I've experienced using them even in RTA type of thing, right? I never really used Biken in PvP or Blue Analytica. I used the other 3 though. Basically, even though when we get to the 3 stars, like a lot of the 3 stars I even use too, but I'm not going to go through all that because there's just a lot. So, anyways, if there's any other unit you want me to talk about, any other topic, just let me know. And I might do it during those like 3 days and stuff that I might upload it later on next week. So, until then, this video has been on long enough, but I will see you guys next video.